I'm Riley Abel, a member of the League of Women Voters of Kitsap County. The League of Women Voters does not support or oppose candidates and works to provide information about the candidates and issues before the voters. Today we're interviewing candidates that will appear on your primary ballot, which you should receive in the mail around mid-July. We are asking them 3 questions. The candidates will have 90 seconds to answer each question. So let's get to know Ash Black. Ash, you have 90 seconds to introduce yourself and tell us why you chose to run for the office of Bremerton City Council, Position 3.
Hello, and thank you for this opportunity. I appreciate everyone joining us today. As you know, my name is Ash Black, and I'm running for Bremerton City Council District 3. I was raised working class, and I also became a young parent very early. So I understand what it means to face hard choices and live without a safety net. Since then, I've dedicated myself to community storytelling and civic engagement. And whether that's through episodes of my show, Afternoons with Ash, where most people know me from, mentoring young leaders, or amplifying local nonprofits, uh, I try to promote causes that make our community stronger. I'm running because I believe Bremerton deserves leadership that listens, leadership that acts with integrity, and builds a future that is rooted in equity, access, and care. I bring not just ideas to the table, but a history of showing up, being willing to speak out, and helping other people find their voices. And that's the kind of council member that I intend to be for District 3 and all of Bremerton.
Thank you. So now for our first question. If you were elected, what would be your top priorities as a city council member, and how would you implement them?
I feel like one of my top priorities would be to make sure that Bremerton doesn't just grow, but that we rise together. This is something that's very important to me, and this is rooted deep in everything that I do. Right now, I feel that too many families are being pushed out of the city. It's a city that they helped build, and that the conversation around housing needs to expand beyond just additional dwelling units and duplexes. I believe in building a future where working families can dream big again, and where they're not stuck in survival mode, but can vision home ownership, generational stability, and access to the same opportunities that others have long enjoyed here in Kitsap County. I think that starts by pushing for deeply affordable mixed income housing, supporting land trusts, and making sure that new development includes paths towards ownership, not just temporary rentals. Our policies should reflect a belief that everyone deserves a foundation that is strong enough to build a life on. And that's what I'm working towards every day here in Bremerton, and we'll be working towards on the city council.
Thank you. How would you stimulate economic growth and employment diversity in the Bremerton area?
For me, I believe that housing and economic growth are both directly linked, and we're not going to build a stronger foundation in our economy unless the foundation is stable. If it's based on instability, it will never grow. And so I believe that when families can afford to stay and build and thrive here in Bremerton, they will become the backbone of our resilient economy. And that's why I support small business development, training programs, especially for underrepresented workers, and growth in industries like clean technology, creative services, and infrastructure, fields where I think that Bremerton can shine. But I think one thing that really sets me apart is that I believe that there is something bigger under our hands here, and that's showcasing our local excellence. I truly believe that when we invest in our local artists, in our tradespeople, in our educators, in our entrepreneurs, that we will show potential investors and industries that this city is rich in talent and ready for innovation.
Thank you. So our final question is piggybacking on what you've already started to say, but
Okay.
because housing prices are rising in Bremerton, what would be your role as a city council member in helping keep prices affordable and providing aid to anyone who currently does not have a home?
You know, I personally believe that housing is a human right. I feel like the status quo is shifting towards that. And I also feel that too many members of our community are like one step away from losing what they have. And so the first thing I support is expanding emergency housing and also pushing upstream by creating long-term affordable units, especially for seniors, veterans, of course, and for our low-income families. I feel that on the city council, I will be able to advocate for funding and also reduce some of the red tape, that's focused around housing and some of our local nonprofits. I think for those that are experiencing chronic homelessness, we need more wraparound services. I already work with some of our uh, wonderful organizations here in town, organizations like Kitsap Mental Health, organizations like Kitsap Community Resources. I think that mental health care, job placement, and addiction recovery are central. And I don't think that it's just a housing issue. I think this is also a public health issue and it needs to be addressed. We cannot criminalize what people consider to be surviving, and we have to invest in organizations and a city that will be compassionate and coordinate with other community-rooted solutions to this issue.
Well, thank you very much, Ash Black, for your time with us today and for running for office and sharing your views. I'm Riley Abel, and on behalf of the League of Women Voters of Kitsap County, thank you so much for watching. Please share this video with anyone who is interested in this election, and do not forget to send in your ballot no later than Tuesday, August 5th.